What we're going to do today is we're just going to talk about how black athletes, or how black athletes are portrayed in our society today. And so I wanted to bring up the question, do any of us think that racism has changed in our society today?
I don't think racism has necessarily changed. Personally, I think racism has turned into stereotypes, and stereotype is a system that people use basically to display the racist side that they have to. I don't think it's intentional because everybody's guilty to it. It's the world.
Or their ethnicity and how they've grown up is based on how you talk or how you dress. And many athletes like Tim Duncan and RG3, they're all like portrayed as very stereotypical, like black athletes trying to be white because of how they talk. And just because they sound educated, they're considered white. Like, why are you trying to be white?
I think racism has changed, but it's the intensity of, say, 50 years ago during all the outbursts from Dr. King or Malcolm X, whether it be non-violent or violent, compared to today, the intensity has dramatically increased, but nonetheless, in different forms, racism stays maintained.
What are some stereotypes that come to mind when you think of black athletes?
They're fast. They jump hard.
First stereotype I can think of is like violent and we're unintelligent and we want things given to us. And I just feel like a lot of people feel like black people come with a negative vibe and energy automatically instead of giving them that opportunity of showing that, not every person is like this. And it's not a black thing, it's a who you are thing.
Yeah. And I came from a school that was predominantly black, where we had a lot of black athletes in our sports, and we had a lot of Mexicans or Hispanics that were in the school, and then if we would travel to another school where the athletes were predominantly white, they would consider us as the ghetto school, or trashy, or like if we'd be the ones that would throw rocks at the bus or whatever at another school if we were to lose a game or something. We would consider the bad people the underdogs.
Oh, well, actually, I see black people in pro sports, fast, strong, exceptional, but I don't see them as anything negative, except in pro sports, some maybe arrogant at times because they really have, really great sports, but that's pretty much.
The ratio to black athletes to white athletes isn't really, it's really outnumbered. So when people say there's a greater chance of a black athlete doing something, having a better chance of making himself look like a fool rather than a white athlete. And so the black athletes, they get portrayed as negative. Their actions get portrayed as negative, and it takes effect on all of them rather than just that one person. If you were to talk about baseball or hockey or golf where the athletes are predominantly white, if they were to do something bad, it wouldn't really be considered, they wouldn't be considered arrogant or undisciplined. It would just be, they made a mistake. The question is, do colleges portray black athletes as less intelligent by making them or encouraging them to take easier courses?
Personally, I have had my own experience with this. I don't think every person does it intentionally, like to the point to where he's not smart, so I'm gonna throw him in his class. But everyone assumes that the athlete wants the easy way out, and he doesn't want to be in a class where his academics is going to be pushed. So when I came here in person, like I said, I had my academic advisor asking me, do you not want to do this class because I heard this class is kind of hard, and just things like that. And being who I am and who I'm around, I fall into the same category with that.
Do you feel that the media affects the way people view things and how these stereotypes are thought out to be on all black athletes?
I mean, like I said, in defense to the media, the media just puts out there what people want to see, what the market is demanding. The market doesn't want to see the good things people do. Like for instance, nobody hears about the athletes who donate all their money or go put in hours and hours of community service to give back to the people, that the same people that are their fans watching them faithfully every Sunday or every Saturday, whatever day it is. But I just think the media is giving what the people want. So into their defense, they're just trying to make money, and they're trying to be the people that they go to when somebody wants to fight.
Ratio to black athletes and white athletes in basketball or football rather than baseball and hockey is very outnumbered.
Every time you hear anything on the media, you automatically think that if it's on the media or if it's on the internet, it has to be true.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Things get blown way out of proportion right away because they hear one thing and they think it's all true. And like,
Yeah, I mean, and another thing is, like I said, the society we live in, dirty laundry society. That's what everybody wants to hear. Nobody wants to hear the good things. They think good is boring and bad is good.
yeah. Another thing that we could refer to is the Fab Five. Whenever Jalen Rose, supposedly got busted in a trap house, which is a house where drugs are dealt and drugs are in and out of that house all the time. And what he said was him and his team, they actually knew the whole story. And whenever the cops came to the house, he didn't know there was drugs there, but somebody there was like, oh, I found rocks. And so as soon as that hit the media, they were calling it a trap house or a house full of drugs, and there was only one person had drugs, and he didn't even know about it. And it was going as far as Jalen Rose was on drugs, when Jalen Rose never even did that stuff. My last point is, do you feel that black athletes are more violent, less intelligent, and more inclined to use drugs if they play pro sports?
No, not at all. Like I said, it's who you are. If an individual wants to disrespect a lady or woman, then they're gonna disrespect them. The sport they play has nothing to do with, like, it's how you raise them.
It comes all the way down to schools and how people grow up. Most people that graduate from college and they want to go teach, they don't want to go to a school that's predominantly black or known as ghetto because of how society views them, rather than a school that's filled with predominantly white people or another ethnicity group, because they picture them as being less violent, more intelligent, more money, and better opportunity just because of their skin color.
I don't see black people as violent or intelligent, or I don't see them as more violent or less intelligent. I just see that when they pro sports, considering the drugs, well, sometimes they'd be more inclined to use drugs just to have a better performance in playing the sport. But they're definitely not less intelligent or more violent at all.
When you talk about Lance Armstrong about that, I mean, he just admitted to using steroids. Yeah, he just admitted to using steroids, and it was kind of like, it didn't really hit the news. Like, nobody really took it as very negative. It was just, oh, he used steroids. Nobody really highlighted it too much. It was on the news for a short amount of time, rather than when Ray Lewis got charged with killing somebody, that was on the news for months.
And he brought it back up again for Super Bowl.
Yeah, he brought it back up for Super Bowl. And it's just how society is.
So when society hears about a black person, that they are in pro sports, they automatically go back to where they came from.
Yeah.
And they automatically assume that they're ghetto and they come from drugs.
Yeah. And